Hi, I'm Mingi. This time I'm going to talk about what is the Bitcoin and what is the cryptocurrency and how can these cryptocurrency be utilized in our issues or problems. Before we started, uh, let me ask, what is the cryptocurrency? If I ask you when cryptocurrency period is, and you will answer that it happened around the beginning of 2010. But actually, I will tell you that all the history of the money was a wrong way to Bitcoins. At the beginning, people were swapping like fishes and potatoes. But what if things had not the same value? Could you swap a tiger and fishes? Or stone and fishes? It doesn't make sense. So people decided to make a universal tool for payments, and it's like gold and silver, and then it became coins, and later it became the paper money, and all the time there was the chiefs of all societies tried to control and distribute the wealth, like governments and banks, now banks. So but in the 20th century, the world it changed a lot, and it's not been easy for governments to control money. Cash money is now used in under 10% of all transactions worldwide. Instead, credit and debit cards replaced paper money and coins. Now we can see the cryptocurrency as a result of these changes. And we can think it is the cryptocurrency that mankind was always searching for. It's universal and decentralized money without bank. So now we can think about why this decentralized money have value. The first thing is scarcity. The key to of currency's value is its supply. A money supply that is too large could cause prices of goods to spike, resulting in economic collapse. And when a money supply that is too small can also cause economic problems. Monetarism is the macroeconomic concept which aims to address the role of the money supply in the health and growth in an economy. In the case of fiat currencies, most governments around the world continue to print money as means of controlling scarcity. Many governments operate with a preset amount of inflation which serves to drive the value of the fiat currency down. In the US, for instance, the rate has historically hovered around 2%. This is different from Bitcoin, which has a flexible issuance rate which changes over time. The second is divisibility. A successful currencies are divisible into smaller incremental units. In order for a single currency system to function as a medium of exchange across all types of goods and values within an economy, it must have the flexibility associated with this divisibility. The currency must be sufficiently divisible so as to accurately reflect the value of every good or service available throughout the economy. The third thing is utility. A currency must have utility in order to be effective. Individuals must be able to reliably trade units of the currency for goods and services. This is a primary reason why currencies developed in the first place, so that participants in a market could avoid having to barter directly for goods. Utility also requires that currencies be easily moved from one location to another. Burdensome precious metals and commodities don't easily meet the stipulation. And the rest, transportability. Currencies must be easily transferred between participants in an economy in order to use for. In fiat currency items, this means that units of currency must be transferable within a particular country's economy as well as between nations via exchange. Anyway, these properties of bitcoins can be utilized our issues or problems. At first, it benefits to unstable nations. There is an amazing example. Venezuela was once the richest country in Latin America with some of the largest oil reserves in the world. However, over the last 4 years, its GDP has fallen 35 due to government manipulation of the economy. It is just one of many countries where its citizens are losing control over their personal wealth due to government incompetence. So maybe decentralized property of the cryptocurrency will solve these problems in the future. And second, it offers banking to millions who otherwise are not able to access traditional banking services. Aside from economic crisis and ill distribution of wealth, governments are still lacking adequate infrastructure to support their citizens, even in developed nations. In America, up to the third of the population is unbanked or underbanked. Regulations and risk combine to ensure that offering services to certain segments of the population is unprofitable. Bitcoin vastly decreases the cost and risk of extending those services to people with low incomes and poor credit scores. And Bitcoin also offers the promise of smart contracts. By creating and enforcing contracts through the blockchain instead of the state, people who currently doesn't have access to credit will be able to enjoy vehicles, place to live, and other necessities, allowing entrance into the middle class. But there are problems as well. Bitcoin is slow and impractical for retail transactions, and it also seems unstable. And it's even hard to understand. The important thing is price limits will cut into trading profits. CME's contracts have price limits of 20% above or below Bitcoin's reference price to curtail volatility. The price limits are aimed at minimizing the adverse impact of Bitcoin's wild price swings on futures markets. But they might end up cutting into trader profits. This is because the reference price for Bitcoin derivatives is based off exchanges in unregulated markets, where prices swings of greater than 20% have become very common. Thus, traders will not benefit from a spike of greater than 20% in Bitcoin prices at the underlying exchanges. And there's a problem that Bitcoin exchanges are unstable. Bitcoin exchanges, which provide reference price for the asset, mostly work in unregulated markets. Without the overseeing hand of regulator, they are subject to manipulation. Bitcoin's wild price swings have also been characterized by frequent outages in exchanges. As an example, prominent exchanges such as Coinbase and IG Group stopped trading yesterday when the cryptocurrency's price shot up and then crashed within 20 minutes. Anyway, there is absolutely true that cryptocurrency is unstable and hard to understand, and it's also slow, but either change our life and either change our world. That's why we should understand Bitcoins and understand blockchain technologies. Thank you.